Hi, and welcome to Movie Recap HD. In this video, we will recap the 2022 Luck animation movie. Sam and Hazel perform a lovely song and dance routine in the movie's opening moments, but Sam's bad luck puts an end to their musical interplay. Sam, the little girl who is the protagonist of the film, is first introduced at the beginning of the picture. Sam was raised in an orphanage her entire infancy. Sam's life has consistently been marked by unusually terrible luck, which has a significant negative impact on her ability to execute tasks without setting off a string of mishaps. Over time, the little girl reaches the age of 18, at which point she must leave the orphanage. Sam is concerned by the idea of leaving the baby at home because she would be apart from her friend Hazel, who is 10 years old. She tries to extend her stay out of desperation and pleads with the boss to put off her vacation. Sadly, the person in charge politely informs her that leaving is required and rejects her request. Sam must say her final goodbyes to Hazel and make a commitment to return soon. The adult orphan is handed off by a social worker at a neighboring apartment after saying goodbye and begins the next stage of her life there. Ahead of a new week, she settles in fast and gets a good night's sleep. Sam gets up the next morning to get ready for her new job. As soon as she gets out of bed, she experiences a string of unfortunate mishaps. First, her toaster suddenly breaks down. The door then unexpectedly jams, trapping her inside the restroom. Sam's second pair of socks disappear, and her bicycle tire flattens over the morning as a result of these mishaps. Sam manages to get past these sad misfortunes since she's accustomed to having bad luck, and magically gets it to function in time. She meets Marvin, her new boss, when she gets there, and after they exchange pleasantries, he gives her a number of responsibilities. Sadly, the orphan's tragedy keeps happening as she consistently makes mistakes and breaks various things. Sam takes dinner from a neighboring restaurant after a busy day at work and eats outside on the pavement. Later, a black cat comes over and takes a position next to her. The unfortunate orphan shows him sympathy by giving him a piece of her sandwich. After eating the food in a hurry, the cat dashes off. Sam finds a gold penny beneath a leaf after he has left and picks it up as she returns home for the evening. When the orphan wakes up the following morning, he or she is immediately hit by an extraordinary run of luck. She is perplexed until she recalls the gold coin from the previous evening and knows it is the cause of her great luck. She chooses to give the coin to Hazel in the joyous expectation that it would help her young buddy find an adoptive family. Sam arrives early for work and works efficiently and precisely throughout her shift. Marvin expresses satisfaction with the development and pays her a praise, much to her delight. Sadly, Sam accidentally loses the gold penny and flushes it down the toilet, so the luck change is short-lived. She returns to her previous unfortunate state as of this point. She visits the same restaurant she did the day before that evening and discovers the same black cat there. She shouts about losing the currency out of frustration, and much to her shock, the cat responds. Sam asks the kitty for a second penny to give to Hazel as soon as he understands that he is the owner of the lucky charm. She is shocked when the cat quickly ignores her and flees. Sam follows him in an effort to increase her luck but is once more involved in various unfortunate mishaps as she tries to catch up. She runs for several minutes until finding him in a dark alleyway where she keeps a tight eye on him. The orphan, who is shocked to see the cat enter a hidden portal, immediately follows him as she is transported to a mystical realm. The cat freaks out and tries to send Sam back to Earth when Sam arrives. She abruptly foils his attempts and firmly requests an explanation. Bob, the black cat's name, and the fact that the magical realm is called the Land of Luck are the only options left to him. Here, little leprechauns make lucky coins for other magical beings that are kept in a special depot in addition to making good luck for humans. Bob adds that each animal is only given one dime and that if he lost his, he would be exiled. Sam devises a scheme after learning this and advises that they steal a cent from the depot. She makes a deal with Bob and offers him a button from her bag to pass for the gold coin. After coming to an agreement, the black cat presses the doorbell to enter the enchanted city and leads Sam into the leprechaun's dressing room where she dons their attire. Sam is a much bigger creature than the others, but she blends in and enters the enchanted city without drawing too much attention. The two move quickly toward the depot. Bob then presents Sam to his pal, the leprechaun Jerry. A little while later, the depot is ready, and Sam enters to work alongside the other leprechauns. Each employee is required to choose and prepare a lucky coin before deploying it. Sam is shown by Jerry how to carry out the duty, and as she fits in, she quickly becomes acclimated to the procedure. She makes several unsuccessful attempts to take one of the gold coins throughout this time. When her bad luck finally strikes, she causes a mishap in the depot by causing several leprechauns to fall from their positions. The creatures are shocked by the sad situation because misfortune doesn't exist in their realm. As a result, they choose to barricade the structure and send the leprechaun captain to look into the matter. Sam and Bob are finally honest with Jerry and tell him everything that happened. The leprechaun is astounded by the information but chooses to assist them. He says that they could just retrieve the old gold cent rather than take a brand new one. It turns out that the leprechauns have a bunny drone that can detect and find missing coins. The good luck crystal is a piece of equipment that is necessary to activate the device, which has been essential. When they learn this, the two follow Jerry as he takes them to the crystal's location. When Sam first arrives, he is enthralled with Babe, a mystical dragon. She tries to get close to it, but Sam quickly stops her, claiming that the dragon is the creator of good luck and is allergic to creatures with bad luck. The trio successfully collects the crystal and continues their mission after the ethereal being departs. Sam and Bob proceed to the control sector to operate the device while Jerry gets the crystal and activates the bunny drone. When the two arrive at their location, they find a bunch of bunnies working nearby. Sam notices this and performs some spontaneous music to divert the animals. The bunnies are enthralled by the show and leave their stations as they fix their rapt attention on her. Bob takes advantage of the situation and controls the drone with one of their navigational tools. He successfully retrieves the penny in a matter of minutes and sends the drone to Jerry for collection. He then meets up with Sam again. The two quickly call Jerry to get an update on the situation and discover that the bunny drone has safely landed. The machine is as filthy and feces covered as the penny that was pulled out of the sewers. Jerry rushes to get a glove, but when he comes back, the drone has been pulled into a vacuum and sent to a place called the In-Between. The leprechaun informs the pair of the unfortunate news and requests that they proceed to the In-Between to recover it. Sam is curious about the place's name, so he asks Bob about it, starting a long explanation in the process. It turns out that beneath the land of good luck, there is a realm known as the City of Bad Luck, which is the reverse of it. Two different types of luck are generated in both planets, put through a device called the randomizer, and then sent to Earth's inhabitants. The in-between, where the randomizer is housed, serves as a border between each of the two polar cities. The next scene shows Sam accompanying Bob to an elevator as they leave to look for the lost since Sam accidentally winds up in the land of bad lucks, which causes the pair to become separated, and they soon run into some problems. As she chats with Jeff while Bob looks for the lost pennies, Sam and Jeff get along right away. Sam is shown the randomizer by the unicorn, who also describes how it works. He reveals that bad luck jams the machine because of its sticky properties. As a result, it must first go via a separation device before getting to the randomizer. As the two continue talking, Jeff mentions the already mentioned dragon Babe and describes his meeting with her. It turns out that the unicorn was polluted by numerous unlucky crystals many years ago. While he was able to get rid of them, the crystals nevertheless left some bad luck behind. The result was that the dragon gave him a lucky coin to offset its effects. Sam ultimately inquires about the lost pennies from Jeff after a protracted conversation. The unicorn confesses that he discovered the gold coin but gave it back to the warehouse. Sam and Bob are defeated at hearing this and begin to make their way back to the land of good luck. Sam remembers her talk with Jeff about Babe when they get there and devises a brilliant idea. She dashes over to the dragon while slipping a bad omen crystal under her shoe. Babe notices it since she is allergic to it and calls her staff to remove it. The moment they go, the dragon gives Sam a gold coin as a present in order to counteract the lingering effects of the evil crystals. Babe is thanked by the grateful orphan, who then runs after Bob. As soon as she comes, she sees him being detained by the leprechaun captain for submitting a phony button. She follows the pair and gives the captain the recently acquired good luck coin. Bob is subsequently set free and is spared exile. When the ordeal is finally over, Sam is upset because she was unable to bring Hazel good luck. She quickly devises a plan and enlists Bob's assistance as they move toward the in-between. They turn off the separating device collectively. Consequently, it can no longer enter the randomizer, and only good fortune can now reach the human world. This quickly backfires, though, as the machine jams and becomes overloaded. As a result, they poured a bounty of misfortune onto the upper world. The spill completely transforms all of the good luck crystals into bad luck. After the accident leaves the entire city in ruins, Sam and Bob are found to be at fault. Babe is alarmed and runs to the place to try to stabilize the situation. The dragon, however, is rendered powerless because she can only produce new luck if there is already some. The city's residents leave glumly after all the good fortune has vanished because they are now destined for a life of sorrow. Sam and Bob make the decision to correct their error after experiencing intense guilt about the accident. Later, Sam advises they go to the land of bad luck where he saw some lucky crystals. Together, the pair travels into the underworld and stops in a pub populated by amiable goblins and roots. They approach the bartender and kindly ask for some good luck crystals while explaining their situation to him. The sympathetic bartender gives the pair a jar with the necessary crystals since he feels bad for them. In a hurry, Sam and Bob bring the jar to Babe after being excited to see the diamonds. In order to restart the randomizer, the dragon transforms the crystals into a set of lucky stones with her fire breath after receiving them. Babe makes the decision to stop the operation in the middle and resolves to completely banish all bad luck from the earth by just placing the good luck stones into the machines. Sam rushes to stop her and expresses her deep disapproval of her choice. In time, she arrives at the device and spends a few seconds talking sense into Babe. Sam shows that while bad luck might be upsetting, it can also result in beautiful things. The orphan cites her recent acquaintance with Bob as an example and explains that, except for her series of poor luck, she would have never encountered Bob. Babe is deeply moved by her statement and ultimately decides to put everything back the way it was. Once turned on, the randomizer generates extra luck and revives the city. Sam and Bob return to the human realm together when the job is finished, where they live as a family. In the last scene, they bring Hazel to Sam's house while the trio throws a pleasant sleepover by picking her up from her adoptive home.
And that's a wrap for this movie's recap. Subscribe to see more videos like this, turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thanks for watching.